Hey guys, and welcome back to Pokemon Ultra Sun. It's a new day, it's bright, it's shining. If you were playing Moon, it would be nighttime right now, because that's how it works, apparently.
And do we have, I know we have, super moons and super suns in real life. I guess that's kind of the equivalent here, where the sun is so powerful you really can't walk outside without protection. I don't know.
You sure you're not confusing that with auras? Sorry, you set up a joke, I fumbled it, and now I have no idea how to continue the rest of the part.
We're all doing terribly here. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Ooh. Oh god. Here's a thing they should really have like a prompt for in future games. I don't know why they haven't done it already. Something as simple as, have you played any Pokemon game before? Yes, good. Then you know how to catch Pokemon and we will skip this. I should mention it was Pokemon Pinball. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even during the game, it's like, hey, have you caught Pokemon before? Done anything like that? Yes? Okay, I don't have to teach you then. I mean, you're from Kanto. I would assume you already kind of know of it a little bit, at least going according to my canon for that kind of thing.
That's interesting, because it's always, sunset at this point in the game, because I recorded this at, 2 in the afternoon, so...
And they're pretty much just working him from dawn to dusk about how to become a Pokemon trainer, because as you know, the job isn't very profitable and you won't get a lot of sleep.
Well, I mean, it's fairly profitable once you reach the upper echelons of, Pokemon trainers. When you start to fight the ace trainers, that's when you start bringing in the big bucks.
When you think about it, it's always kind of a dicey situation with how people working with Pokemon make their money in the actual world. Obviously they have researchers, breeders, all that kind of shit. But being Pokemon ace trainer, where does the money come from? Are you sponsored? What happens if you lose a certain amount? Is it sports, esports? How do they organize it?
I will catch this and engrave the Nike logo into it. There's your sponsorship.
I will definitely ignore this previous well-thought-out question to do something unrelated.
That should just about do it, so let's lob a metal ball at it and make it our own.
Yeah, it usually happens when I headbutt things, yes. At that point, I'll be able to capture them. They're so loopy.
Spoiler alert, this is going to be the first Pokemon we catch, a Grubbin, because I want Vikavolt, thank you very much.
When I was trying to play, my initial plan was to kind of recreate my team from Pokemon Sun. The problem is, everything's changed up. You're going to encounter different Pokemon. Some Pokemon aren't even going to appear at all, actually. So that made it a little tough for that. So after a while, I kind of went with my own thing for that kind of thing. But then my team got horribly imbalanced again because I was going with ones I liked as opposed to any sort of balance. And so it was kind of a mess after a while.
I definitely hit a wall in Ultra Moon where I was just like, none of these Pokemon are doing it for me. So I swapped out a couple of them. I brought in Mudbray, and I had a bit of ground coverage, brought in another type, and then everything just started to click for me. And then I put it down and I haven't played it since. So maybe I'll go back to it as I'm recording this game. I already have to replay Ultra Sun at least the first 2 hours, because I'd finished recording footage, I was in a bit of a chill mood, and I was like, I need to reset so I can get the intro, the fancy CGI one you see at the beginning. I'll just soft reset. No! I hand saved.
Yeah, it'll do that.
Oh, Tom, you are a silly git. Okay, let's get us a Grubbin. What do you think of the new battle theme, mate?
I mean, it's alright. I prefer the Pokemon Sun battle theme. I guess it's because at that point I heard it so much. I've developed a sort of Stockholm Syndrome towards it, so I kind of lean towards that a little more.
Well, first of all, I rused you. It's not the battle theme, it's the Pokemon encounter theme. Second of all, I agree. I'm kind of hard-pressed to tell the difference between the two, unless you played them for me back-to-back, in which case, why are you doing such an obvious thing, I'd have the answer by that point.
You're treating this really seriously, Trainer Me. It's a Grubbin, alright? I mean, you could probably trip over the damn things. You don't have to be so hardcore about it.
It's not really going to come into, well, she's not going to come into her own until she evolves into a Charger Bug, admittedly, so I don't expect to see me fight with Grubbin all that much, but she will become a valuable member of the team in time.
The problem is, I like Vikavolt, I like the Grubbin line, it's one of the early bugs I actually gave a damn about in recent memory. for that. But the problem is, you would think, with, like, Vikavolt being based on the fucking Vic Viper, basically, you think it would be fast. It ain't. It's actually slow as a truck. Maybe I rolled bad, it's very possible. But Charger Bug is slow as fuck, and that carries over to the evolution, which again does not work because it's a fucking Vic Viper. It should be fast for that. So, as a result, even when I fought you know, I had to rely on Quick Claw to get anywhere with that because speed is so important for that. That's why Raichu, Voltecker, was kind of more my main sweeper because he could get in, do the business, get out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. But isn't, like, Vikavolt also a tank? Like, you can hit it really hard and it'll at least be able to stand up for another round.
Well, you bring that up, and admittedly, I don't know as much about the particular typing, the stat layout of that line of Grebins. I know Charger Bug is a tank, and trust me, when I was playing through the game with Charger Bug, his tankiness helped me so much throughout it. Like, he was a beast, just absorbing it, kicking ass. Then he goes to Vikavolt, and I don't know if the stats change enough, but he sort of seemed like he lost some of that tankiness at a pitiful attempted speed. So he wasn't really fast, he wasn't really that tanky. He had a good special attack, definitely, but he kind of lost a lot of his appeal in terms of stats for me. Like, I felt he became less effective overall.
Something to take into consideration, I suppose. Yeah, we're gonna do the old put the Pokemon you want to level up in first and then switch out to a stronger one who can actually take the hit, until we get the EXP share anyway.
The problem is they don't give it that to you soon enough. I think they should have given it to you right away for that, so you can just kind of, again, they wanted to streamline the beginning of the game for that kind of thing, and I think that would have been a much better method. Here's that. I know you really, really don't want to do 6 Pokemon individually, so here's a way out of that, just saying.
That should be kind of a default thing. Maybe Xenoblade has spoiled me, wherein all your Pokemon, all your partners get experience points whether or not they were actually in the team. Because it's just, you don't want that one person who you don't use falling behind, and then you have a boss fight which specifically requires them to be, you know, involved as part of the strategy for beating them.
Man, that reminds me of a lot of older, much older JRPGs where you'll get a new party member you've been playing for a while, and the motherfucker is level 1. I'm
my
like,
God.
What? Why would you do that? Thank God they don't do that anymore, though, because that was mad annoying.
Well, that's one of the things that gets refined over time, and this youngster is ready to go. You see death in his eyes.
Yeah, he's pretty hype. I mean, of course he's going to throw out a Caterpie, and that Caterpie is going to die a horrible death, but at least the enthusiasm is there in the brief seconds he will have.
Now, you mentioned you like the Grubbin line. What say you to the Butterfree line?
I was more of a Beedrill guy, I'll be honest with you. Because, I mean, Beedrill I always looked better, and the Mega Beedrill, I was really glad he got a Mega form. But I'll be honest, many times I didn't really rock the basic bugs to begin with, especially in Kanto. I usually tend to stick with, I had my Charmander, I always tried to get that Pikachu, that was pretty much it, and I kind of went with what I needed at the point. Like, I didn't really settle on my main, I never really had like a main crystallized team I really wanted until like Silver, where I knew exactly who I wanted for that, and I was able to lay it out accordingly, but Kanto not so much, and again, it's really only in this generation have I felt the opening bugs are actually really cool. Because again, I love the idea of Vikavolt. He just kind of shit down the line.
You know, we talk about bugs. Bugs have been getting a big push in the last few gens, I feel. Especially with Guzma in Gen 7 rocking bug types. Like, you wouldn't think that such an easily crushable type of Pokemon would get such a push, but there you go. Good movesets, great designs, like fucking, what is that guy's name? Golisopod?
Golisopod, yeah. And of course we must mention my boy Scizor, who's my favorite bug-type Pokemon, like, ever, so there you go.
Here's that feature you were mentioning a couple of parts ago, by the way. We can play with the Rockruff!
I want to take this motherfucker home, but we can't. Fortunately, again, they give you the mystery GIF, Rockruff, that's going to evolve at a certain period of time to Lycanroc Dusk's form for that. So, I mean, there's a little consolation prize.
Bye-bye. I'm not yours. So, he doesn't care. He's just happy to get to go on walkies, even follow me.
No, I can't go out my specific area. I'm sorry, I've got to guard this patch of grass so I can piss in it.
Oh, you want some, do you? Come here, mate. Into the rock.
Just, like, crawl over the fence and then move past him. What are you gonna do, bitch? Ow, my damn stubby arms! I can't get over that.
And just like a big, beefy guy appears out of nowhere, you weren't supposed to cross the fence yet. It just throws you into the ocean.
Oh, lots of bodily violence today.
I know, it's that type of recording session. Alright, I have to mention a big negative for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. No new Alolan forms.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you were gonna do that, like, make Ultra Sun a game which admittedly feels like an expansion pack gone a little wrong, you should have introduced more Alolan forms. Now, I'm not sure what they would have done. I saw this hilarious picture. I think you actually retweeted this, where it was a Alolan form of Honedge. Fucking great. I don't know if you've seen this, but it had the original one on the side where he was a sword, and then the Alolan form is Honedge holding himself if he was a gun, which I thought was fantastic.
Oh, brilliant. Don't worry, Vicky, you'll become a charger bug before long. My form is animated now. Did you notice? I bet you didn't.
Yeah, actually I noticed they animated that a little bit, which is a small touch, but it is appreciated so that they're not just, like, static.
Hello?
Is this a festival? Yes, have you gone outside lately?
Well, you mentioned if you need to go outside in Alola, you have to wear protective clothing. Maybe that's what these guys are doing.
Ah, yes, hello, we are looking for the Star Trek convention.
Oh, I would ask you to name an episode where people who look like this appear, but I'm not going to expose your balls on this stream today. No, sir.
They obviously talked up these points when they were talking about Ultra Sun, and you can infer a few things based on these characters, where we find out they ultimately live, their dialogue about the Blinding One, hence I think we all know who that is,
yes.
Considering, again, the press this particular Pokemon has gotten. But that was my main fear, and admittedly, like I said, I quit playing not too long after I got the game, but my premier fear, now, telling this to you live as we're recording this, with me not knowing what's going on, is that oh no, these motherfuckers are going to take up the plot where they really should have improved the main one. And I legit hate that. In stories where you have something good, you don't fix it, and then you just add new stupid shit that takes it over and ruins what I liked about the original. I'm profoundly afraid of that, so I guess we'll have to see how that plays out.
Well, don't hold your breath from what I've seen.
Yeah, I kind of figured. That's just my fate. That's the things I deal with when I decide to like something again. Oh, why is he so cynical? Well, gee, Tom, I wonder fucking why.
And where the fuck is White Diamond already?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, they still got to get up to that. Oh, it also sucks being a Steven Universe fan. Oh, boy.
Oh, well. I think we've had enough of Vicky in first place. Echo Knight, now is your time to shine.
Yeah, I noticed he was bouncing very happy. Fine, I get to focus on again.
Really? I was 2 steps away from exiting the grass.
So, obviously, these are required. They're random encounters, but some of these Pokemon are so damn small and insignificant. You would think you would just step over them. I'm Grubbin, I challenge you to a battle. Whoop, where are you going? Hey!
Well, when you can travel underground, your battlefield is everywhere, my friend. Oh, you ignored me, did you? Tried to step on me, will you? Well, we'll see what... we'll see if you can get a good night's sleep when I bury into your bed lining.
Yeah, that worked so well for Ground Dragon and One Punch Man, huh?
Yeah.
That was the mole, in case you don't remember, because he is called Ground Dragon for some reason.
Was that Mega Executor there? Oh no, the Alolan Executor, sorry, got them mixed up. I don't think there is...
Well, that's pretty mega when you think about it.
Yeah, I suppose so. I don't think there is even a Mega Executor, is there?
Well, I mean, they have the Alolan version now, and that's clearly enough, I think.
Yeah, too much. Oh, he has too many forms that has grown too strong.
They need a Pokemon, they just need to give him a stupid amount of ridiculous forms and just run that joke into the ground. Like, do it with Executor. Just give him so many forms that, like, each new generation just introduces a pointless new form for him because somebody really likes Executor. I just think that'd be hilarious.
A new form for every egg/coconut on his head. I sense a battle coming up, Mr. TH Dragon.
I guess Hal's a rival, although, I'll be honest, Gladion is a much better rival than Hal. But I suppose we gotta build up until we get to him.
Yes, off. Good on you, Water Doggo.
Yep, that is a seal. Good.
I will now explain about tonight, and also Lily is here.
As you know, a strange event occurs every 12 hours within our part of the world. The sun goes down, and the moon comes up. We think it is, in fact, an ultra moon.
Oh, which Pokemon influences these heavenly bodies?
Well, next thing you know, probably the whole fucking planet is going to be a Pokemon at this rate, which, admittedly, might be kind of a neat plot twist. Like, the idea you're walking around on a living Pokemon, that'd be kind of maybe too out of left field for Pokemon, but I think that would be interesting.
That sounds like the fucking plot of Xenoblade Chronicles.
Or, yeah, that's true when you think about it.
I mean, it would have to take place in a literal alternate dimension, because, as we know, Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, Sinnoh, Unova, Kalos, and Alola all take place in the same world.
Kanto, Johto, oh no, it's another Pokemon game.
What, you don't like Gen 3, or you just having a bit of a giggle?
Maybe both.
Oh, fire.jpg.
Yeah, it's less of a JPEG and more of a .gif.
I said the joke wrong. I'm sorry, I don't want to do a retake, don't make me.
You were really trying to avoid those.
How times have changed. Alright, and now the pleasantries are out of the way, it's time for a blood fight. I have $10 on my grandson, we shall call that nepotism.
I noticed that a lone executor is in the back, providing the best view for anybody who dares to climb up. Some guy selling snacks, he was talking to himself earlier, I guess it was about what he was going to offer.
I like how he talks up his grandson, like, it's my grandson, and then we have Tom, the newcomer, who has met with the god of our island.
Yes, he's pretty cool, guys. Everybody should be his friend.
I wish he was my grandson. Halla, stop drinking.
Yeah, she'll mention, like, before the first Pokemon in your team. So I think at the beginning of mine, I had Rockruff up front, and I'm like, but Rowlett's my starter.
No, it should have been him first then. You know, you don't think these things through?
Well, I think these things through enough to know that Hal is otherwise going to be a pushover, let's be honest.
Alright, here we go, round 2, and he has a new Pokemon. I will say, and you'll start to notice it's roughly around the trainer's score. The difficulty of Ultra Sun has been knocked up a couple of notches. It's not ratcheted up, but it's definitely noticeable.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like, you still always got to be on your toes, but I was more mad that Hal found a Pichu before me. So I'm going around in all the different patches. I'm like, where the fuck is this Pichu? I see Grubbins, I see that Trump ferret or whatever, but I'm not seeing any damn Pichus over here.
Yeah, Pichu is super rare. At least it was in the original Sun and Moon.
Well, I was able to capture one, and I did name it Voltecker again, of course, because I was trying to redo the team, even though that didn't ultimately work out.
Yeah. We rocked an Alolan Raichu in the original playthrough, and yeah, it took me about 20 minutes to find that Pichu.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was worth it. I mean, especially in my case, because as as I told you, Alolan Raichu was such a good counterpart of my team because it could strike really fast.
It's the speed. It's what it all comes down to in a turn-based battle, really.
Yeah, especially in the one-on-one type.
Ouch, I guess.
It just looks like he blew his nose because of the sound waves coming out from it. Huh! Why did you use Peck instead of Leafage?
Well, I'm trying to whittle him down. I don't want the awkward amount of HP, you know?
As you know, I have to catch him after this, and I know there are rules against that, but I really, really want more than one starter.
Exactly, yeah. I'm still impressed by the fact that, like, the trainer is on the battlefield with the Pokemon and whatnot and doesn't just randomly disappear.
I guess it's kind of pushing the 3DS hardware. I mean, going forward with the Switch, it's obviously going to be standard for that kind of thing, so that'll be neat.
You know, I think the reason why Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon, unfortunately, lag sometimes is because the models they use are actually super high res. Like, more high res than you think you'd need for a 3DS game, but I guess they do that to make them look nice. So I'm wondering if they'll just port them over to Switch and, like, do up the environments and whatnot.
I don't know. If they're gonna make a Pokemon game for a mainstream Nintendo console that's supposed to be the RPG, they need to go all in. They need to make new shit, do all that kind of thing. We're probably not gonna see any hints of it until, like, the number after this one, so...
Yes. That's Gen 8, by the way. And certain figures just freeze. They don't keep doing that idle animation. A little bit of an odd inconsistency, but I'm nitpicking.
Well, if Hal kept scratching at his hair, I would think he had a dandruff problem. He needs to get that looked at.
It just keeps scratching until there's nothing left of his head?
Perfect roundness. I must dry you off and preserve you forever.
Now you go straight in the fire.
Here's some indigestion on the go.
Sweets for the sweets.
The problem is when he evolves, he stops being perfectly round. He becomes ugly and humanoid and gangly, and it's not good.
Hey, Ghost Al Archer is the hypest shit.
Well, you didn't do anything, but here's a bean anyway.
Hey, come on. I like to treat all my Pokemon equally. I don't care if that's communism. This is how I raised them.
Yeah, the problem is, I really didn't bother with this section that much when I was playing a little bit of Ultra Sun. I'm like, I gotta sit there, I gotta love everybody, and I ain't got that kind of time.
God, you take laziness to a new plateau, my friend.
It's simply about investing your time.
I won't call it awesome. Adequate? That's another word with A.
Fantastical.
Fantastic. And we're done here. This commentary is a bust.
Well, that could have been better, but at least I had good seats, so I'm okay.
Oh, he's Tapu Koko for Crazy Puffs. Or Cocoa Puffs. Man, I'm just not on my A game when it comes to comedy. But, when am I ever, honestly?
So which Kamen Rider toy line is this from?
Maybe we'll find out when we do the Super Sentai-a-thon in, like, February or so.
I had a feeling it was one of those terrible Power Ranger movie toys that sell for, like, $40, but do, like, fucking nothing.
Like, it just says, you tap a point, it says it's morphin time. Was that really the best take they got for that? Yeah. Henshin. Right, you should probably stop now.
It's morphin time. You ready, guys?
Woo! Yeah, the Z powers are back, and I guess I'll try and get a few stones as I go through the game, but spoilers, if I lose tremendously, you're not going to see it. I'm not going to waste your time with it.
They actually have introduced some new Z powers as well. We'll learn more about them in a bit when we get them, tying to particular abilities we're going to have access to. But I thought that was pretty neat.
Mm-hmm. Every island? Are you serious?
Every island? Oh.
Help me, my hand is fused together.
I just like the idea of my trainer wanting to do the Kanto challenge so much. Then he has to do this challenge again. He's like, are you fucking kidding me? Oh.
The Kanto challenge? You mean the island challenge, right?
No, I mean, like, he came from Kanto. The canon is that he was from Kanto. He wanted to do the gym challenge, but then his mom made him move out to the fucking, what he calls, like, the boonies of these, islands. And instead he has to do the island challenge. He's like, I really don't want to fucking do that. Come on.
Huh. Would be interesting if that actually played into the story somewhat, but no. Your guy is pretty much smiley face for the entire game.
Apparently he does emote a bit more in Ultra Sun. I wouldn't know, but at least if he exhibits a little bit of shock during the right moments, then hey, I'm good.
That means Granddad, I believe.
Does anybody want to buy some drinks? Chips, maybe?
Not one person has bought a goddamn thing. Whatever happened to support the local business?
To be fair, he's selling green juice over there. I don't know if that's vegetable or like Mountain Dew or God knows what.
I slowly crane my head and look up at the Alolan Executor, and with a goofy smile on his face, it is my urine, enjoy.
Was that a wort tweet?
No, it wasn't, sadly.
A drill, I'm sorry, you know, that it came off like one of those.
Well, whatever. Yes, it's amazing, Lily. Do you want to become a Pokemon trainer? It might spice up the story a bit. Let me out this goddamn bag. I cannot be contained.
There's no bathroom in here, even though there's a fully stocked fridge. I don't get it.
Oh, it's bigger on the inside. It's fine. Oh, that was a fun conversation. As always, you have been splendid, Lily. Let's go home.
I'm glad I had this talk. Can I come? Okay, I guess I can come. Ah, yes, that was an interesting battle, the locals call it.
Dialogue engaging. It sounds like they're tuning a radio whenever these guys first appear.
I kind of wish when they showed up, it played like a dial-up tone from like a modem. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, I just prefer the Ultramoon counterparts because it's an old dude and a real spitfire of a woman, and she's like, "Fuck yeah, I'm gonna kick your ass."
Spoiler alert: the blind one is me when I'm nude. It's like somebody rewrote the story on fanfiction.net and just inserted their own stupid shit. I mean, that's how the dialogue is coming off to me so far. So, admittedly, I'm a little doubtful.
Well, have you even gotten into a single battle with these guys yet?
I have. I fought one of them. And one is the loneliest number that you can ever do. Saved it.
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, can you tell it's taken me a bit to get back into commentary, because I spent a few days off for Christmas and I'm a bit right now.
Yeah, Meowth, why don't you get in there and help me? Why doesn't Meowth come with us? No, I guess he's got to protect Mom. Protect, that's gonna go places.
No, he just eats the food and lies on the bed, much like me, honestly.
Yeah, much like many cats, that's true. I've got a few of those now, I know what that's like.
Yep, it's sleep time, but not for you, dear viewers, because you can come back today for another part of Pokemon Ultra Sun. See you then.